Hey guys, welcome to class. This is lecture for April 15th. I'm posting it earlier because you have a discussion board post due by 11:59 on April 15th. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter break and you're ready to start this week. This week we'll be looking at Chapter 9. We'll be looking at Salesforce recruitment and selection. Good job on last week's exams and case studies. I gave you feedback last week to let you know how you did. And this week we're going to start Chapter 9. So let me share a file, if I may. Okay, so the objectives of Chapter 9. Let me put up the PowerPoint slide. Is to understand the key issues that drive recruitment and the selection of salespeople. How do we go ahead and recruit? How do we select salespeople? Hopefully we select the right ones so that they'll last more than a year and a half average of what a typical salesperson lasts. Identify who is responsible for recruitment and selection. Is it just HR? Is it just the sales unit? Is it a little bit of both? And is it with representatives of both units? I want to understand a job analysis and how selection criteria are determined. Where are we going to find our recruits? Are we going to advertise internally, externally? I'm going to explain selection procedures and then review some of the federal laws and equal opportunity requirements that we must take into account whenever we're recruiting and hiring new salespeople. I know you did the case study on this and you did a good job on that. I want you to delve into this a little further this week in Chapter 9. So let's take a look at the first couple slides. Recruitment and selection issues. The first decision involves who in the company will have the responsibility for hiring new salespeople. We must develop these procedures and we must plan them before we engage in these activities. So procedures must be followed to ensure new recruits have the aptitude for the job and potential for success. We need a thoughtful recruitment process. Again, as I said, it must be planned. And at each stage of recruitment and selection, managers must be careful not to violate equal employment opportunity laws and regulations. It's really important. Towards the end of the chapter goes over those in detail. Um, the decision process for recruiting and selecting salespeople. First of all, you need to establish policy concerning who's responsible for recruitment and selection, who will participate in the process, who has the ultimate responsibility and authority for making the hiring decisions. We want to analyze the job and determine selection criteria. Going to conduct a job analysis, write that job description, develop a statement of job qualifications. We want to find and attract a pool of applicants that will be good and from which we can get some good candidates. They might be through internal sources, through external sources. And finally, we want to develop an application selection procedure to evaluate applicants. What does the application form look like? How are the interviews going to be? Are they open-ended or are they very structured? How many references are we going to require? What, if any, formal tests will we have these recruits go through? So that's kind of a teaser on the material for this week. And then your discussion board forum, and the initial post is due by 11:59 on Wednesday, has to do with neuromarketing. And there is a TED Talks video that I'll have you watch. There are some questions. Basically, is there a buy button that is in a person's brain that gets them to make purchasing decisions. Some of you might have seen this in some previous classes. I've tailored the questions to relate more towards sales management. So I'll be looking for the initial posts that are due by 11:59 on Wednesday the 15th. And that'll give you credit for attendance on Wednesday, April 15th. And then you ought to respond to at least 2 peers by Sunday at 11:59, and that'll give you credit for Friday's attendance, um, Friday's April 17th. So I look forward to seeing your discussion on neuromarketing. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me through email, text, call, however you want to get in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you in any way I can. Hope you have a great week, guys. I'll see you on the discussion boards. Bye.